Let's go.
Dr. Rosie Milligan, one of the most sought-after speakers on the circuit today. Her live internet talk show, Express Yourself, is the most provocative, thought-provoking, and talked-about radio show on the internet. There's no holds barred, and Dr. Milligan puts the B in bold. She brings it every Tuesday live at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Rosie has been proclaimed the most provocative female writer of the century. Her books include Satisfying the Black Man and Black Woman Sexually Made Simple, Why Black Men Choose White Women, and the book Nigga Please. These books have raised eyebrows across the country. She has authored 21 books and published 350 titles for authors nationwide. Check Dr. Rosie out at drrosie.com for her books, articles, and archives of her internet talk show. Sit at the feet of wisdom. Dr. Milligan is indeed a timekeeper and scorekeeper. She is the clock, calendar, and almanac for Black America. You need to hear her.
Good morning, top of the morning, sunny California. You're listening to the Express Yourself Hour. I am your host, Dr. Rosie Milligan, coming to you live with nothing but straight talk. Yes. That's how we do it around here, nothing but straight talk. I have two wonderful co-hosts. Number one is Mr. Keith Swanson. You know, we started over a year ago because people thought he didn't exist. So they say he must be AI, you know. So now everybody knows what AI is, but they still don't believe that Keith. They say, I knew he was AI. That was way before people knew anything about AI. So now they are totally convinced that Keith is AI. Folks, I keep telling you all, he is real. He's been all around at all the Black Rides on Tour event. His voice is the same, and nobody was able to catch him. I don't understand.
In fact, I gave Dr. Rosie a hug and everything. Nobody didn't see him.
And just brought that radio voice out, and I don't get it. I don't get it. That's what you call it.
And Shawannah left early. I said, okay.
Wow. Keith, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. And the AI shall inherit the earth. Okay.
Oh, my goodness. Now, you really, I think I could write a good movie now about AI, showing some of the things it's doing, having a robot walking in surgery, doing surgery, and then somebody have rewired some. I could good fantasy.
They're trying to hold it back now because it's we could do a whole show on it. They're trying to hold it back because it's out the bag. It's out the bag, and it's out the bag, and they're scared. So when white folks get scared, I worry.
Yeah. Now Congress. The lawmakers trying to figure out what can we do. TikTok, Facebook. Okay, you guys may be a day later in the dollar short.
Yeah, they don't. The Chinese control TikTok, so they can't censor TikTok like they can Facebook and YouTube and the other platforms and Twitch and Twitter. But they can't censor TikTok. TikTok is showing some stuff that they don't particularly like. So they can't censor it. So that's why they're trying to force the Chinese to
how
sell
to heal yourself.
Oh,
how to heal yourself.
Oh, let's put it this way: they're showing the chosen people in a light that they don't like to be shown. If you read my drift.
Wow.
That's what's going on.
Let me introduce my other co-host. That's Shawannah Bordenave. She's a real estate guru, real estate extraordinary. She sell houses, buy houses, flip houses, skip houses. What all you do to houses, Shawannah?
Shake your money maker.
I dance in front of the house.
Oh my God.
I get excited. What really amazes me, honestly, is I will drive down the street and I will see the and get so excited by it. I say, oh, my God, I need to write that address down. I need to get that address because I don't care about how it looks. Because the raggedier it looks, the more the neighbors say, oh, my God, look what you did here. So I love creating masterpieces, regardless of how raggedy they are. So if you guys have a piece of property you want to sell, I'll buy it.
We're going to see your next creation, man, because the last one was gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I love that. It was scary, but it was fun.
That's incredible. And she buys houses all over the country. I am so proud of you. I really am.
Thank you.
Yeah, what a legacy to leave.
I was blessed. I was blessed by people around me that taught me, and I really gravitated to it and just started doing it, and it was like a monopoly in real life. So it's so much fun.
You get addicted to it, huh?
You do. You get addicted to. Oh, I got one on Broadway, one on Main Street. Wasn't that the ones on the Monopoly? Did you got a railroad station?
Did you pass go or did you go directly to jail?
I don't do that.
we don't do that here.
Well, you guys, you see, I have fantastic hosts. That's why I love them. They are very diverse in their thinking, in their doing. So anyway, you guys, we're going to get to a show today. Oh, my God. We are going to talk about what the black woman needs from her man in bed and out of bed. I'm going to repeat that. What the black woman wants. Well, what she needs. We're not going to talk about what she wants. We're going to talk about what she needs. Because want and needs are two different things, okay? I'm not talking about wants. You may want some shoes, you want a ring, but I'm talking about what the black woman needs from her man in bed and out the bed. You know, the pervasive myths surrounding black women and men is deeply harmful, perpetuating stereotypes that hinder the development of a healthy relationship within the black community. So to dismantle these destructive narratives, it's essential to uncover the authentic truth about their experience and needs, particularly in the context of navigating in a society where white norms often dominates. Say that again. Where white norms often dominate. So let me underscore that by saying I want people to know that the black woman, she is not a Caucasian clone. Yeah, that's what I said. She is not a Caucasian clone. So when you look at the fact that the norm of whites tend to dominate our thinking, then that's confusion right there for a person to think that all women are the same. They dance to the same music. But then on the other hand, you got to deal with all the stereotypes about black women. And we're going to talk about some of those, and it certainly impacts relationships. Once I talked to some mothers where their sons was married to white women, and they admitted to me that they treated those women much better. And I said, why? They said, well, number one, you have this feeling you have to go overboard because you want them to know that you really accept it. They said, I don't have to go out of the way to a black woman that's dating my son because it's just normal, customary for you to be okay with them. But you gotta show white folks that that's why I'm gonna say something real that I know I'm gonna get some emails on this one. That's why I look at a lot of times when people want to make sure that it's somebody black in their position, and sometimes that become harmful because a lot of times black folk get in position, they trying to prove to the other folk that
they belong.
That I'm not making a difference. I don't want them to think I'm bringing you in here because you're black. Keith, do you guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. A lot of that they call that the imposter syndrome. Like I don't belong there, so every day I have to prove that I belong where I'm at. So.
Right. So if they have to make a choice between two candidates, many times they'll choose the white one. I didn't want them to think I was prejudiced against them. I'm telling you.
Nobody else does that except us.
We got some problem. And don't recognize it because we won't bring it out and talk about it. It is an issue. And we're always concerned about how other people think about us and what we do and how we live. But they are not thinking about what we think about them.
No,
Isn't that interesting?
No, they have a stronger group dynamic than we do.
That they don't have to prove. We
don't have
spend
to prove
our life proving something.
Yeah. In fact, it's the opposite. They have to prove to their group that they haven't changed and they still down for the group. Yeah. So.
Well, Shawannah, what are some of the stereotypes that you have heard? We're just going to talk about some of those because it really bleeds over into our relationship as how our men perceive us, how they feel about us. They come into the relationship with their mind already made up about how we think, what we'll do in bed and what we won't do, how we are. I mean, it's absolutely insane, folks, you know. And I always say, if black women were so different, if men who, choose white women or other women because black women are this and that, then why are you in the high divorce rate when you marry a white woman? Just like if you had married a black woman. So somebody lying, something going on out there. Why is a black man and a white woman divorced? Why?
Oh, that's pretty simple. Okay, that's because that's one is an old study. That study's from 2003. There's Pew Research, a limited study that they still use. That's number one. Number two, okay, who are the two people that the society least want to get together? It's a white
black woman.
The white woman and the black man, okay? Because the white man, a white woman will get ostracized by dating a black man. She knows that she's committing a social suicide by dating or having babies by a black man. That's number one. Number two, a black man is hated, okay, to date anything other than a black woman, even by his own women.
So he's hated by both.
He's hated by both. So basically, the last, if you notice that a black man and a black woman, nobody on either side likes that pairing. That's why there's a lot of stress on either side is to stay together. That's like it's very hard to have a pairing. In fact, that's like if a white woman has babies by a black man, 9 times out of 10, she'll leave the baby with the man because she can't go back into white society with those mixed babies.
Wow.
So it's just if you look at it, it's very common. That's why when I hear a black man says, "Okay, the wife just gave me the kids and she left," I said your wife was white, wasn't she? He's nine times out of 10 she was white. Yeah. So because it's a highly contested, highly stressful situation. I have a friend of mine. He used to be a sports broadcaster, and he's married to a white woman. And it's a running joke when they go into a restaurant, and especially a black restaurant. Or it doesn't matter either one, but especially a black restaurant, and the looks and stares and the comments that they still get from black women. So it's a highly contested situation. That's why. If you're going to and every man that's dates or marries a white woman, I said, okay, okay, she has. Let's say number one, she has to be down for you because number two, you don't hold the power in that situation. She does. Okay. So you have to understand that flips, your power dynamic flips because your white woman holds the power that you don't. And at any time, and I've heard this from a lot of black men that are married to white women, that if there's a contest or there's an argument, if she calls the police, they say automatically pick up the keys. They don't want to be there when the cops get there.
Right. Well, Tim just walked in, put a note, said, Keith is right. I had a neighbor who raised 3 boys. Well, let's look at some of the myth, and then we're going to get into what the woman wants. Shawannah, what are some of the myths that you've heard about black women?
Go ahead. Start with number one, Shawannah.
Wait, say that again, Dr.
What are
Rosie?
some of the myths, stereotypes, and myths that you've heard about black women?
Where do you
I heard
start?
that black women talk a lot of stuff. They talk a lot of mess, and I don't believe so. I believe we're very submissive. And what?
Okay, go ahead.
Well,
what she said,
black women I know are submissive. Kind of. I'm submissive, I think.
Go ahead. Let me mute myself.
I don't know. Well, that's a myth.
Stop laughing.
I'm mute.
Well, that's okay. Maybe I should say. The myth is black women are submissive. Is that right, Keith? It sounds like.
The myth is black women are submissive. Okay.
What's the stereotype of black women?
I think the one myth that's untrue is black women are hypersexual, and they're not. Black women are some of the most conservative, sexually conservative women I've ever met. That's one.
Whoever said that. Oh my God! This came from a textbook that's used in university, Understanding Human Sexuality.
Okay.
When it talk about the African American female, she speaks loudly.
Yeah.
Antagonistic.
Yeah.
She's athletic, pleasant, friendly, unmannerly, and sociable. Okay. Mm-hmm. Speak loud. Yeah, we speak loud.
We speak loud. Yeah, that's
from a place because we so often not unheard. So you just want to put a little emphasis on it to make sure. Did you hear what I said? Okay. Yes. So we speak loud.
That's true. They do speak loud.
We speak loud. Leave us alone. People came up, slaves in the cotton field, hollering over across to another whole field trying to talk to somebody. It just. And that's what happened. You can have two black people standing on the street, and particularly, I noticed. Have you been around Africans when they are talking? You think they're getting ready to fight? They just wait. Have you? You know what I'm talking about? They're all up in each other. You think, well, do we need to call the police? And they having the ball.
They have the ball. Yeah.
But
that is true.
But nobody gets afraid. But when we get loud, isn't that interesting? Two black people, but one is from another country, and the other one is a native. If he get loud, you think he getting ready to kill somebody.
It's very similar because I've been on the continent, and they are loud. Okay, just like us, just a different language. You can tell the emotion coming out of it.
Yeah, we're very emotional.
We're very emotional. We're very attached to our emotions. That's true.
You hear a white person, saying to his wife, he's going to kill her. I'm going to kill you. But let a black man say it's going to be some emotion. Arm raised, expression. You getting ready to get duped.
Yeah, he did. They do announce. I'm warning you before I have to do this. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna show some signs. Okay, we're gonna show something. But people take it and turn it into negative. But it's important for us to understand. You got to understand. The black woman, you got to understand the black man. In fact, that's why I wrote the book, Satisfying the Black Man, Sexually Made Simple, and Satisfying the Black Woman. It wasn't about sexual methodology. It's because there's so many other things you have to do to put in place if there's going to be some sexual satisfaction. See, people don't understand that Keith. They think it starts. I remember once I was saying, I did a seminar at a church. And I was saying, sex does not start in the bedroom. This minister, what? Where do it start, sister? It was so funny. I said, it starts when you get up in the morning. When she step out of bed, you pat on the butt, you pinch her here, there. When she is at work, you calling her and you telling her how you miss her and how you can't wait for her to get home. It starts with you leaving a note in the car. It doesn't start in the bedroom. And he said, I'm 60 years old, and that's new to me, but it does make sense. Sex does not start in the bedroom.
Yeah, a friend of mine, I was talking to him yesterday, and he talked about, and he's married to a very Shawannah-like person, right? And he told
Valley
me,
girl, huh? Valley girl.
What does that mean? I'm just trying to get that. What does that mean, Shawannah type person?
A high earning 92. Okay.
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 And he said he practices the 4 A's, right? He says it's attention, okay, affection, attention, an ask, affirmation, and affection.
Attention. That's what the black woman needs, right? Not
attention, and then And then you have to do what he calls a micro ask, like a glass of water or a kiss or a hug or something, like a micro ask, right? Okay. And then he says he said affirmation. In other words, after you receive it, you say thank you. Okay, no matter what it is, if it's a spoon, glass of water, if it's a meal, doesn't matter. You affirm that you're grateful for receiving it, right? And then he said he shows affection. He said it does that about 5 or 6 times a day. Doesn't have to be big. It's just something very tiny. Okay, like attention is like, how was your day? Blah blah blah. You look give her attention. You ask for something, and then you affirm, that you're grateful for receiving it, and then you're affectionate after you receive it. So
that's a good thing. She needs to be affirmed and appreciated.
Affirmed and appreciated, yeah.
Yeah, and you got some men, and when the woman bring the topic up, but you never show appreciation.
Yes, yeah.
And they get all bent out of shape. Well, I fixed something new. A new meal, you didn't say anything. Well, I ate it. I ate it, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's ignorant, okay?
Yeah. He said he incorporates that. He said he incorporates that into everything he does with her, on a daily basis. Okay, the 4 A's.
Well, you know what, women, you need to write this down so you can share this with your man, so he'll know what women like. Because men tend to think, he ought to know I like this. They even do that when it comes to the bedroom. Well, he should know what a woman like. Well, women like different things. He might want to give you what he gave his last one, but that may not be what you want. A man should not get in the bed going on a scavenger hunt, okay?
I'm not going to say
what you need.
I'm not going to say a word. Okay,
so,
I'm not going to say a word.
You don't know how to be quiet when we talking about this kind of stuff.
I know.
But really, the scavenger hunt thing, well, he ought to know. Yes. Why waste time when you can tell somebody what you want and get on with the business? Anybody got time to be trying to guess upon you?
Which is something that is true, that a black man does that other men don't encounter.
What's that?
In other words, black men are expected, we're trained to expected to service our women that way. We're expected to know. Okay. Whereas I've listened to white and Latin dating coaches, and it's the opposite. In fact, I was listening to an African woman talk about that, and it's the opposite of what African American men experience.
So do you expect? Did we say something now from Kitty? What do I see?
Oh no! I was sending Jamal something.
Oh, okay. So the black man, he thinks that he has it on lockdown, and you can't tell him nothing.
No. In other words, okay, as a black man, okay, as a black boy growing up, right. Part of my manhood training is I had to be able to physically pleasure the woman that I'm with, and if I can't, then I'm not. I'm less than. So.
That's so sad. That's why right today there are black men who have strokes and heart attacks because they refuse to take medication when they have high blood pressure. They rather die than to fail when it comes to an erection. It's so sad that if you think the only thing you got going for you is your penis, you in trouble.
That's part of the it's part of the package that you have to present. And in fact, I've heard very good-looking, wealthy black men that had issues with that, and I've heard them being degraded. So that's for men and women. So
that's so sad. I think in this day and time, people should understand that that's not all to it. But let's go back. What the black woman wants from her man in bed and out of bed. So we talked about out of bed. You mentioned a real good point that someone, number one, there are 3 things that women look for. They want companion. They want companion. They want company. When you come home, they don't want you going to turning on that TV, flipping it, and sitting there and wait till she get through cooking and food is cold even before you get up to eat it. She wants compassion. companion. She wants comfort. She wants you to talk to her. She wants conversation. And men feel like sometimes if their day have been bad, things are not going well, they tend not to want to share. But you shared already that something is wrong. And the wife said, well, honey, what's wrong? Nothing. That's the most irritating thing that you can do when it's all over your face and your demeanor that something is going wrong. And you telling me nothing. So it's like you're shutting me out. I'm supposed to be your significant. Why are you shutting me out of your life? But you're showing it in every way. So she doesn't like that. She wants companion, comfort. She needs you to cover her. And cover, I mean to protect. You know?
What does that mean? Okay, break that down. What does that mean to protect?
To look out for her well-being.
Okay.
And if she needs, okay, say if something is, well, I better not say that about the job, because we don't need you running up to the job causing me to lose my job.
Rambo, huh?
You don't even have one. So let me, don't take it that far. But to be there, sometimes there are things that are taking place, maybe with a bill, with a creditor, or just with someone. Just step up to the plate and say, baby, let me handle it. There's time that you can handle it better than a woman because she's so emotional that she can blow a situation that don't have to get out of hand. So you'll say, well, let me handle it, you know? Let's see what Tim is passing me. They may not like what she was saying about the situation. He said men don't talk to the women because they feel she may not, they're afraid of what she might say. Why do you have to guess whatever I say? We a couple, we in love. What difference does it make? If I say the wrong thing, as long as I'm expressing myself, then we can analyze that. But to close up, the worst thing women hate when men just close up, not talking. Yeah. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's wrong. It put a distance.
It does, and women have to really be careful about what they say to a man when he does open up. And sometimes they think men will get over it the way women get over it, and we don't. Men are very protective of their feelings.
But so what do women say to make men not want to share? Will she act like it's so insignificant?
She'll act insignificant, or she'll sometimes if she doesn't think he did the right thing, she'll shame him for it. And women are used to that because that's how women talk to each other. Okay.
But if she said, "You did that," you did what?
Yeah, he did the what, and blah blah. In other words, there's little micro things that will close him up. Well, if she's gonna be like that, then guess what? I'm not gonna say anything. And so the next time he walks in, and he has something on his mind, I'm not gonna tell her because I don't want to hear it. And she'll, and sometimes, I always tell men that if a woman really loves you, she'll try to mother you because that's in her. That's in her DNA. And sometimes that mothering thing will go overboard, and she'll treat him like a child. Sometimes it'll go overboard, and he don't like that. So next time he won't say anything.
So you guys are kind of funny, Keith. At some moment you want me to be your mother. You want me to tell you to, baby, put your shirt in, do this or do that.
Yeah, on a small scale.
Again, you feel like I'm trying to boss you. When it's something, one thing I learned about men, they will ask women advice and they will listen to you. When it's things that doesn't really matter to them. They don't care what you say or do. They say, I can get him to do, he agree. But let something come up that he read that's meaningful to him. I bet you're not bossing him. I bet you're not bossing him.
The fact is, and this is something, we're really talking about women, but this is something that's really important to men, right? Does he trust you? Does he trust your word? If he trusts you, okay, he'll listen no matter what it is. Okay, he'll come to you first if he trusts you. If you haven't built that trust or you've violated that trust, even though you think it's something small, then he'll close up. Loyalty and trust are very important to men.
You guys
extremely important to men.
Character.
We're men.
I think you guys are AI.
That's just being men.
Robots.
And men show emotions and trust and loyalty. What's important to them that's different from women, and that's and sometimes the two don't mesh. And I have to train men the opposite about what's important to women. Just like the 4 A's. Okay, for men that's not that important, right? But the thing is, to women it is.
How important? Well, we're gonna have to do the whole man thing. So I'm gonna get back to the women because I got some stuff to tell you.
I know you do.
To these men, you all just wait. Until we do the one on what the black men want. It's gonna blow your mind. Yeah. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Really for black men for the most part. You think it's a lot, but it's really. It's really not that much. It's really
you're going to find out. You'll find out if you do this show.
I talk to them all the time. It's really not that much.
They ain't telling you all,
Oh, I've had them cry to me, so it's really not that much. The thing is that the way a woman sees the world, the way a man sees the world is different.
And I think that's what we need to understand.
That's what we need to understand, yeah.
That's what we need to understand, that we do see things differently.
Yeah.
That's why it's important for us to have this conversation. And black women and black men see things different than other ethnicity. Yeah. Because their culture's different, their background, their rearing is different. And that's why the problem comes in when you got a black man who trying to make a black woman think like the norm, as we call the dominant society. That's where the battle began. Because you're trying to create her to be something that's not even in her DNA. Okay, so that's why it's so important to really, if there ever was a time we need to have a regional and a national conference dealing with black male-female relationship, it's now, Keith, because look, if there ever was a time for black people to be married, it's right now, because it's very difficult for a person to try to live in America on one income, and God forbid one person die and they both on Social Security. So that's why we're talking about this. So men will understand what women want.
And the thing is
what they need.
And this is the biggest problem that I see. Okay, it's not the myth that men think about women. It's the myth that women think about themselves, and that's the biggest issue that I'm having. So I probably need your help with that one. Women go, especially with social media and stuff like that. Black women have developed myths about themselves that are not true. Okay, really not true. They're really embracing that. That's coming from the school system, from feminism, from social media, and they're starting to embrace myths that are not true. And that's a big impact on them. That's how come the average marriage. That's why 70% of black women are not, over 70% of black women are not married, and basically they have the highest divorce rate, and the average black marriage only lasts 5 years. And it has to do with the myths that not only women but also what men think about themselves, and that's the issue that I'm seeing.
Right, about and what we think about each other, about what we're supposed to do.
What you're supposed to do.
Yeah, we jump in the road. Well, it's your job to do this. It's your job. Yeah. Both of our jobs as black men and black women is what the one didn't get a chance to do, you do it, doggone it. That's the roles. Don't be trying to ascribe to the dominant roles because it's totally different situation. Shawannah all quiet on this. Shawannah, what do you want from your man in bed and out of bed?
I want to hear this. Go ahead.
Shawannah?
She on mute now.
Yeah, she don't want to talk now, huh? Okay. We'll get you. She think her man is listening. That's what it is. She's scared, Keith. She's scared. Yeah. So one thing women want to feel, they need to feel secure.
Okay.
And that's a big topic. That's big, Keith. When you saying a woman want to feel secure, in other words, she needs to know that the home is safe.
Okay.
We're not in foreclosure.
Okay.
We the bills are covered. We're okay. There's nothing threatening internal or alternative. That's very security. But facing the economic dynamics. Can the black man today in America, that's in LA, put the high cost of living, can he provide that type of security for his woman. Not only him, I mean, many white can't, Hispanic. Yeah. In this day and age, folks, that phenomena is obsolete about the man being able to make you feel secure when it comes to housing, when it comes to, it's just a whole new day, Ski. That's why I'm really getting ready to start putting on some relationship seminars, because we're in a whole new era when it comes to how we can intertwine with each other.
Okay, I mean, so in other words, how does her wanting to feel secure line up with reality? Because
it does not.
Okay.
It does not. Okay. Actually, it does not.
So her expectations of that man doesn't line up with what he can actually do. So you can't expect a man to provide at $25,000, $30,000, or $40,000, which is the median average wage, to provide $100,000 lifestyle.
No, not even a $50,000.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to rethink this thing. We're in a new day. We got to rethink and say, well, he needs to make sure you secure. Secure years back in the day meant he made sure that you had a house to live in. He made sure the house note was paid. He made sure all the bills was paid. You know, a man, the average man can't do that by himself.
No, and he never could. That's the problem, especially a black man. He never could.
And particularly now, you know. Well, see, back in the day, I'm going to say it like this. He could, because the woman wasn't up in the stove paying $1,200 for her weave. She was not in the nail shop every week. She was not trying to compete with people on Facebook. She didn't think that her image was more important than what was in her bank account.
Right.
Okay? She knew how to get in that kitchen and throw down and cook meals versus the kids eating at McDonald's and she going to Starbucks on her way to work. Come on now. Walk with me for a minute. You understand? So they made less money, but their women did feel secure because their women, I'm going to put it like this, and I don't want no hate email from you women out there. Women knew how to stay in their place when it came to dealing with economics.
Are we welcoming people in because are you giving the number out?
Yeah, let me get the number. I done got so talking.
Don't let me wind you up, Dr. Rosie.
You guys can call 310-928-7733. That's 310-928-7733. And give us your take on this topic, what the black woman needs from her man in bed and out of bed. Bed and out of bed. Not her wants, what she needs.
Is there a difference between what she thinks she needs and what she actually needs?
We're talking about what she actually needs to thrive, what she actually needs to perform healthy in a relationship. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about innately what she actually needs to function to her highest potential in a healthy and balanced relationship. That's what we're talking about. We talked about compassion. She needs to feel loved, you know. And feeling love is not because you bought me a new car and drove it up in the driveway, but yet you're not having a conversation with me. Yet you're coming home when you want to. That's not making me feel loved. She got to feel that love. So you have to show it. And it's not because I bought her something. One man said to me that his wife, he thought his wife was so happy because he had bought her so much stuff and things. And he heard her saying to the son that I'm not happy in this relationship. And he said, well, Mom, Dad just bought you a car. She said, I'd rather walk to the store and know that he loved me. He doesn't embrace me when he comes in. He does not kiss me. He does not, there's no intimacy that's taking place. Just get into the bedroom. And he said, well, do you and Daddy have sex? Yes. But there's no intimacy. It's like it's just something to do. You see? So a woman needs compassion.
Okay.
When she's telling you about what's going on at work, she don't need you to say, well, why don't you just quit that damn job? That's how some men do. Woman, I'm tired of you talking about that job. Why don't you just quit? That's not what she want to hear. She's not ready to quit that job. She just wants you to show compassion, baby. I understand. She know that you don't have the answer.
Yeah, but has she communicated? Because the thing is that she assumed that he thinks like her.
That could be. But see, men need to express. You don't have to give advice. But, baby, I understand. I know things will get better. Did you consider, did you talk to your upper management? Are you stressed out? Do you need to take some time off? You just got to be compassionate for what she's going through, and Bert saying, you done said that over and over. Why don't you just tell Susan where to go? Why don't you just hang up the phone? Why you still hanging with her? Why you still talking with her? That's not what she needs from you.
In other words, men have to, and this is an issue I have to teach men, that women are not men. Okay, you can't talk to them the same way that you talk to a man, because your homeboy, that's what you would say to him. The thing is, she is not your homeboy. She's your wife. She's your woman. She's your girlfriend. You cannot talk to her the same way. You have to deal with the feeling first, and then deal with the logic second.
Now that's a good point, Keith. You got to deal with it. So you can't get into that judgment. What's wrong and what's right. Deal with how I feel. It may be wrong.
It might be wrong, but
deal with my feelings.
And her feelings probably are not wrong. The thing is that she's expressing it. She wants you to feel what she's saying. Women do a bad job at it, because even though it's a lot of words, men hear a lot of words. Okay, the thing is, she's not trying to tell you the facts. She's trying to tell you how she feels. Right. And men miss that. Okay, she's trying to. She's not really expressing a problem. She's trying to express her frustration. Okay, which is a feeling. You have to deal with that first.
Because it doesn't make sense to you.
Yes.
Then you want to just, that don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make logical sense until it. At first, it doesn't make logical sense, because she's not trying to give you logic. She's trying to give you emotion. Right. You have to deal with the emotion. Now, how do you feel? If you ask her, how do you feel about that? And then she'll start unraveling her feel, which is the true nature of what the problem is. It's how she feels. Okay. If you ask her, okay, baby, I understand all that. So how do you feel when that happened to you? And then that's really what she wants to tell you. And then once you deal with that, and then if there is a technical problem, logical problem, that will be revealed after she gets that out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's my opinion. I don't know if that jives with what you.
No, it does. It really does. So we talked about companion, folks. Men, that is so important to a woman. Conversation is so important. And you come here every time I come here, you're on the phone chat with your girlfriend. Well, you ain't talking to me.
and most of the time, and I'll tell this to we in the black men, amongst black men, we call this downloading, right? Okay, you don't have to say very much. Okay, a few words, and just let you actually a receptacle for her feelings. So basically, she's talking to you. All she wants what she really wants is an ear. Okay, you don't have to have this lengthy conversation back and forth. You don't have to carry the conversation. Just listen.
Right.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10.
So if you get that man, just think about attention. She want affection. Women love to be caressed. Okay.
Attention.
Yeah, it's not just sex. They don't want you trying to have sex with them because they kiss you or they embrace you. It's not, don't think every hug, kiss, and pat on the butt and squeeze and all this means that she wants to have sex with you. Men get it twisted.
If you show her affection, 4 or 5 times a day, then she won't always think that you're trying to have sex if you're trying to show affection. Okay. In other words, you have to get yourself used to showing affection. Make it a habit, and that's what he told me. You have to make it a habit, a daily, not just once a day, many times a day habit of with those 4 things. Okay. Those 4 things, and affection comes after the first 3. But the thing is, if you do this on a daily basis, you do this regularly, okay, then it becomes a habit. Then sex is just will be outside of that. In other words, she'll start looking for it, okay, and she'll start finding ways, because she's getting rewarded for what she wants. Then she'll actually give back to you. That's what he found out. Because she wants to be rewarded in that way, so she'll actually start giving back to you. If you want,
affirm, pay attention.
Pay attention.
Pay attention.
Pay attention. Show gratitude. Which is affirmation. Okay.
Oh, baby, this meal was real. I don't know what you put in these peas tonight. I don't know what you put in the peas, but these taste different. One lady told me she lost 30 pounds, and her husband never dress size and everything. He never said a word about it. And she was so hurt. Now, I can kind of see that means you ain't paying me no attention. You ain't looking at me no kind of way. 30 pounds, and you never said, "Well, oh, baby, you losing weight." Or, wow, you done dropped the dress size. Yeah. Now, what's up with that?
In other words, he doesn't. Whatever they've gone on with them, he doesn't think that's important to her. And sometimes women don't actually say how important. She'll tell everybody else how important it is to her, but she won't tell him.
And a lot of men do a whole bunch of good talk about the wife to other people.
Yes.
And when they meet the wife and they tell, he just brag on you. Yeah. And she looking trying to say, well, he ain't told me anything.
And sometimes sometimes if he started that way and you blew him off, but okay, it's no big deal. He'll stop doing it. Okay, it's not important to her. He doesn't know that's important to you. So it depends. She might know. It depends. If he knew that was important to her, that the compliments and affirmation and attention. Okay.
I think we have something on the board. Did Shawannah stop selling the house long enough to get back home?
We start talking about sex.
Ask her,
I ain't giving up no
secrets. In bed and out of bed.
She ain't giving up no secrets. She ain't getting no secrets. Okay. It said it says. This is from Korea Jefferson. I was shocked to find out that an elderly woman told me that she and her husband of 50 years had sex about 5 times a year. And she said it was the best thing for both of them. So as I grew older myself, I came to understand it's more about the quality of lovemaking versus the lots of sex. And we got to remember she's in Korea. Okay. And the way they interact is completely different. Okay, don't try that with a black woman.
Well, when you have a life, some people don't have a life. Their life is sex.
Yeah.
When you have a life, and then he's absolutely right. When you have a life, it's the quality of sex.
Yeah.
You can be every night, but it's a quality. It's both a person being gratified, or both person in the mood to good love making. What else is going on now? Are you doing it just because you're frustrated? You got beat up on your job, and because men sometimes use sex as an escapism.
They do.
Escape their pain. Sex versus hitting the alcohol bottle. Sex versus smoking weed. Sex versus taking drugs. Yes. So you have to look at all the different reasons and ways that people use sex, but you may need to escape, but your mate may not be in escapism mode. So now you become abusive because you want her or him to have sex with you every night because of what's going on in your life, not taking in consideration, is this what this person wants? Has it become a burden to her? So that's why communication is really important. That's why I tell people when they, if a man is frustrated, if sex is just a teaser, escape, then you need to just be honest. Say that to your wife. I'm not really into love making, I just want to have sex. Because, don't have your woman packing for a long trip if you just want to go around the corner. I'm just saying, don't have her packing for a long trip if you just going around the corner.
If you going around the corner, you better express that because she's going to be mad.
I think they said she's a sister.
Oh, she's a sister. Okay.
Well, go ahead on.
Korea Jefferson. That's a very odd name for a black woman.
Okay, so he said, all right. If they go in every night, they ain't working, they ain't got no kids. They don't have no mama they got to take care of. Okay.
5 times a year is okay.
But I bet they're intimate. See?
Yeah.
I bet he's hugging, he's kissing her. Sometimes intimacy can be just as thrilling as an orgasm. If you know how to, if you got intimacy on lockdown, okay? But a lot of people don't know what intimacy is.
They've never been taught. Yeah.
They've never been taught. Well, maybe let's give a class, Keith. Let's give a class. That is important, you guys. See, a lot of people call it foreplay. Foreplay, for most people, they say foreplay. They talk about what you do once you get in bed and you getting ready to have sex. But foreplay, before you hit the bed, has nothing to do with the bed. But that's what intimacy. Intimacy is more than just what you call foreplay. You get in the bed, you playing around, you're doing this. But what about out of the bed? So we talked about the thing that the woman needs. We didn't talk about what she wants. She needs conversation. She needs to feel covered, protected. She needs your company. You may not even have that much conversation, but you all sitting in the room together. You're there. She feel your presence. You know, that's important. She needs your attention. She needs to be affirmed. You need to affirm when she's doing something good. You need to show appreciation. Now, what does she want in bed? Well, she wants intimacy.
Okay.
She wants you to express, your desires. Be respectful of her desires. That you guys talk about your likes and dislikes, and you're not all hurt if she tells you something that you can do better, because men don't want you to tell them nothing. If she tells you something that you could do to enhance their sexual experience, how do men feel?
How does she?
I don't know why you feel that way. The other women ain't complaining. I've heard men say that to women. Ain't nobody else complaining but you.
How does she express herself?
Just tell the person what she wants.
But just like women tell us, it's not what you said, it's how you said it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. But I think for many men, from what women have said to me, the way they said it I thought it was really nice and compassionate and loving.
Yeah, that's what they told you. So they told you.
Said, well, why don't you do this? You always doing the same way. You ought to do.
Do it this way. And this way.
I don't care how you tell the average man, his ego is crushed. He doesn't understand. And then when he come back, this woman told me that the man came back and told her, well, ain't nobody complaining but you. Okay. I said, what did you say? She said, I couldn't say nothing. I said, did you have a skillet nearby?
See, there you go, Dr. Rose. see, there you go.
Get ready to get violent, huh?
Okay, did the women reverse that? What if the man expressed something? Okay.
Yeah.
How would she take it? Or that she didn't do it well?
That's the question.
That's the point. That, in other words, how would you want that expressed to you? And a lot of women don't, because he's a man, because he's supposed to be more rugged, because he's supposed to be more being able to take it. I should be able to express it the way I want to express it. The thing is, if he says something about the way you make love, the same way, how would you take it?
Yeah, that's a conversation. That's something that people have to understand.
Yeah.
That none of us are perfect. I tell people when it comes to sex and romance and marriage and that encounter, that we all have an extra room in our sex house. That means we have room for improvement.
And a lot of women don't want to ask for certain things, is because they don't want to reciprocate. So if I ask for this, then he's going to ask me for something I don't want to do.
And people shouldn't have to reciprocate, because if you want someone to do something that they are totally uncomfortable, don't want, that's where the line draws. But in life, sometimes people do things that they don't want to do because they're compromised. But what happens when they start doing it? If you're not going to keep it up, then you might well not start it. Now that's a question too there.
Yeah, it's been my experience.
Do you agree with that, Keith?
It's been my experience that even if she likes it, she won't bring it up. She might like it. She wants you to just do it, is because she don't want to ask for it. Because if she asks for it, that means she's going to feel obligated to reciprocate. Because if she asks, and I acquiesce, then if I ask for something, she might not want to do it, and she's afraid that I'm going to ask for something.
So then she don't ask you because she don't want you to ask her.
In other words, he gonna ask me for something that I might not be comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, folks, you know what? We talking about out of bed and in bed, and I think if you please the woman out of bed, you may be able to get a little bit more from her in bed. I'm just saying.
If and that's something else.
If she feel loved, if she feel appreciated, she feel coveted, she feel affirmed, you've been giving her attention.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. If you make it, and that's what he said, and I said you should write it down because it's not something that's big. If you do it every day, be consistent with. And men think it's something that's big. I got to do this grandiose expression, otherwise you're not going to be happy. And he said, no. If you just make it very small things throughout the day, okay, that's what's necessary. If it becomes a habit, and men are very big about things becoming a habit. If you practice the 4 A's, it becomes incorporated into a habit that you do every day on a consistent basis throughout the day. That's big. That's more than the big grandiose thing you might do once a week or once a month. Okay.
Yeah, like she expect when you come home, she know that you're gonna, babe, I'm here. You're gonna come. You're gonna give her a kiss.
Give her attention, right?
So she looked forward to that. When she hear that car pull up, she knows she getting ready to get some affection.
Yeah. I think when I read the autobiography of Malcolm X when I was a teenager, right, there was something that stuck with me, right? He said you could take the meanest woman and walk up to her and said, I think you're beautiful, right? And said she'll cuss you out for 2 weeks. But after 2 weeks, every time she sees you coming, she'll start smiling. Because you're consistent with it. You're giving her consistent attention the way she wants it. So she'll get accustomed to it. She'll get socialized to it. She'll get trained to actually be the good feeling that you're bringing when you're coming in. So if you practice, go ahead.
Yeah, don't just come in kissing and hugging when you want to have sex. Okay.
Right. Yeah, right. In other words, make it a daily habit to actually practice that. And he said even the most contentious woman will actually be happier.
So folks, do that. We're getting ready to close this out, but remember what the woman wants. And if you give her what she wants out of bed, you won't have any problem when it comes to bed. It'll be so easy and so simple. We said she wants company. She wants your presence. She wants you there. She wants you to talk to her. Okay? She wants your attention. She wants your affection. She wants you to affirm. She wants you to appreciate. These are the things that the black woman wants, because she has many issues. She has a lot of fears, Women fear aging. They fear safety. They fear financial, and particularly now. Can you imagine what black women are feeling financially when the whole world is going through crisis? She's always been at the bottom. Can you imagine that fear and that insecurity that's going on? So, folks, I know Shawannah didn't say that. I don't believe she did.
I knew it as soon as you said it.
Can you believe that? Why did you jump off when we asked you what did you want from your man in bed and out of bed? You start selling houses all of a sudden.
She did.
You ain't no good.
You know what, Dr. Rosie, honestly, I'm going to tell you, I am the queen, and I'm studying. I teach people how to dream big, then dream bigger, and then dream beyond that. The only problem I have on my goal board is I know how to make money. I know how to do all the things I want to do, but I don't know how to do the love thing, so I'm kind of confused. I don't know.
Well, you're going to be the first one in my class. You're going to be the first one in my class.
Help me. People always say, you don't talk about love. I'm like, I can't tell you about love. I don't know.
Because you're so busy loving money. Oh, my God, girl.
Oh, my God. Sometimes I feel like I think like a man, a little bit.
Money won't buy orgasms, okay?
But
you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, especially black men. You'd be surprised how simple it actually is, and that's women think it's so complex, but surprised how simple it actually is.
But Keith, women do get so involved with their careers, and Shawannah is absolutely right. Shawannah, we need to do a whole show about that. We get so involved in our career, and we get so detached from that emotional side. It's like, I ain't got time for sex. I ain't got time. Somebody trying to make love to you, and you thinking about where you got to be, and your hair get messed up.
It's something that he mentioned because they make they're a high achieving couple, right? And there's something that he said that was so simple you would never think about it, right? That his wife does for him every day, right? He said he'll be in the after he finishes his business, he's in there watching TV, right? When she comes in from her day, first thing she do was come and take his socks off and carry him to the room. And that was so important to him. It was so small, but it was so important to him. It's something that's very tiny that's important to a guy. It's not that hard. It's very simple. It didn't take but a couple seconds. But the thing is it shows an act of service, an act of submission to that man.
And that's what we need to look for.
It's so important to him. Yeah.
What are the little things? We always looking for the big things.
It's always a little thing.
The little thing that matters the most.
Yeah.
But Shawannah really hit on something. I'm telling you, professional women, we miss out so much on the intimacy and the caressing because we ain't got time. Somebody trying to hug you and you running out the door. I got an appointment. Are they saying, well, baby, let's just lay up this morning? No, I got to go.
No. I'll tell you.
That's why he with the welfare chick. Okay.
Well, that's true. but the thing is, there's one thing that I hear from a lot of guys, right? That will take like 10 seconds. For a woman, especially a high achieving woman to take about 10 seconds, right? If he's sitting in the den watching sports, all she has to do is walk in, give him a big hug from behind, kiss him on the cheek, and walk away. Takes about 5 seconds. Okay.
Or walking there with her robe, with nothing on under.
But that's a big thing. Okay. What I'm talking about.
Just open it up.
Just open it up. And say, I gotta go, baby.
No, you could do that, but the thing is that leads to something else. But I'm talking about something.
No, it doesnment.
Hold on.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Let me hear you. Come on, I want to hear Keith. Go ahead, Keith.
In other words, it's something. I'm talking about something big because sex is a bigger thing, right? I'm talking about something that takes 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's very small that will show intimacy and appreciation to that man, right? If he's watching TV, you don't have to make a big fuss about I want to. No, walk in. From behind, just give him a hug and a kiss on the cheek. A big hug, kiss on the cheek. I appreciate you. I'm affectionate to you. And then walk away. It takes 5 seconds.
You're right, Keith. Really,
5
seconds.
You know
what? Mm-hmm. What you're really saying, it really doesn't take much to make a person feel loved or to make a person feel appreciated. So, Keith, you're right on the point. We're always looking something big. Right. You don't have to come in.
Something very big. And I'll tell you, those are the things that
those things I do. I do that. No,
if you do that, if you do that on a consistent basis, right?
Yeah.
You have to be consistent with it, right? Yeah, those are the things that I hear men and married men mention all the time. Not the sex, not the cooking, not all those little bitty things that he appreciates. Yeah. That's all it takes. It only takes about 5 seconds.
You're right, Keith. It doesn't take long to say that. Or when that person is leaving every day. Wait. Don't let them walk out that door. My kids, there's something like that.
Something very small.
What that mean? Wait, baby, don't leave here without my sugar. Something little.
Yeah.
And we always want the big things to happen.
Because the biggest thing, and this is something that I hear all the time, is because I tell men, men know you can buy sex. If it's just sex, you can buy sex. What men really want, I said, what do you really want? What they really want is love. Mm-hmm. And that kind of appreciation where you walk in, give them a big hug and kiss them on the cheek that they very seldom get, okay, that's showing love. It's not showing sex. And that's what men at the bottom of all that stuff, right?
They want love and affection.
Love
and
affection.
They want affection and affection.
Affection, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, the clock on the wall said that's all, but I tell you, this has been an interesting conversation. Mm-hmm. I hope you all remember men. What you want, and I hope the women understand. if want you want, I want you to understand that what you want, men want the same thing.
Men, if you don't take anything away from this, and this is something that I learned this like yesterday, right? If you practice the 4 A's, okay, if you practice 4 A's, trust and believe, you do that on a consistent basis, you give a woman what she really wants, okay?
That's right. You won't have any problem.
You won't have any problems.
Do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Out of the bed. I'm gonna close out with this. If you do what you're supposed to do out of the bed,
yes,
you won't have no problem in the bed. Y'all write that down. Put it on the refrigerator. Folks, that's all. We on our way. You have a great day. It's been wonderful. And learn how to be lovable.
Shawannah, we need more participation next time about that. Come on.
Absolutely.